So in today class we discuss cascading style sheets. Okay. So here cascading style sheets is a language that applies styles to the HTML document. Okay. And its elements to change the look and feel. Okay. And is usually stored in separate .css style which can be reused for the all the web pages. Okay. This is the definition of cascading style sheets. Okay. So once again, I repeat the definition of cascading style sheets. It is a language that applies styles to the HTML document. Okay. If you want to create a web page, we write the content using HTML document. Okay. And apply the style using cascading style sheets. Okay. So here CSS is a language that applies styles to the HTML document and its elements to change the look and feel and usually stored in the .css style, okay, which can be reused for all the web pages. Once you write the style in .css file, that CSS file is used for the multiple web pages. Okay, so the advantages is, first advantages, it saves time. That means you can write CSS once and then reuse same sheet in the multiple HTML pages. Okay, you can define a style for each HTML element and apply it to many web pages as you want. Okay, once you create the CSS style, you use that CSS style for multiple HTML code. Okay, that is the first advantage. Second advantage is pages load faster. Okay, if you are using CSS, you do not need to write HTML tag attributes every time. Okay, just write one CSS rule of a tag and apply to all occurrences of the tag. Okay, so less code means faster download. Okay, so that is the second advantage of cascading style sheets. Okay. Next, third one, superior styles to HTML. That means CSS has a much wider array of attributes than HTML. So you can give far better look to your HTML page in comparison of HTML attributes. Okay. When compared to HTML, this CSS has more superior styles and more styles for the attributes. Okay. Next, multiple device compatibility. Next advantage is multiple device compatibility. Here style sheets allow content to be optimized for more than one type of device. Okay, by using the same HTML document, different versions of website can be presented for handheld devices such as PDA, cell phones, and or for printing. Okay, multiple device compatibility. Okay, so next, disadvantages of cascading style sheets is browser compatibility. That means some style sheet features are supported and some are not supported by the browsers. Okay, suppose Chrome support some style sheets features and Chrome does not support some style sheet features. Okay, browser compatibility. Okay, some style sheet features are supported and some are not supported by the browser. Either it is Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox or any Explorer. Okay, so these are the advantages and disadvantages of the cascading style sheets. So once again, I repeat the definition of cascading style sheets. It is used to apply style to the HTML document. That means when you want to create a web page, we write the document using HTML and apply the style using cascading style sheets. Okay, so advantages is it saves time and pages are load faster and there are more styles when compared to HTML and multiple device compatibility. Okay, and disadvantage is browser compatibility. That means some features supported by the browser, some features are not supported by the browser. Okay, so these are the advantages and disadvantages of the cascading style sheets. Next one, basic syntax of cascading style sheet. Okay, so here CSS as mainly three set of rules: selector, property, and value. Okay, here selector means what HTML tags does the property apply to. What HTML tags does the property apply to? Okay. Second one, property. The property could, okay, which property? Either it is background color or any color. Okay, that is the property. Okay, so your selector is the tag. What HTML tag does the property apply to? Okay, here property means either background color or any one. Okay, color or any border, that is. And next here, value of the property. Okay, so here taken as example. So here selector is the h1 heading tag, and property is the color, and value is the blue. Okay, so this is the basic syntax and example of cascading style sheets. Okay, so your selector is the what HTML tag does the property apply to. So your property, either it is background color or any border or any color, and your value, that value of this property, that is blue color or any border, thick border. Okay, that is. So your basic syntax and example of cascading style sheets. So here the selector is h1. Okay, so that means property apply to this h1 tag, and here property is the color and value is blue. So this is the syntax of cascading style sheet. Repeat, here selector, a selector is an HTML tag at which style will be applied. This could be h1 tag or any table tag. Okay, next property means a property is a type of attribute of HTML tag. Okay, next value, here values are assigned to the properties. Okay, so here is an example. H1 is the selector, that is the tag which the property apply to. Next property is color and value is blue. Okay, next levels of style sheet. There are mainly three levels of style sheets. Okay, inline, document, and external. Okay, so inline document is also called as internal, and next third one is external. Now we see the each level of the style sheet. Okay, so these are the three levels of style sheet that are used to associate CSS styles with your HTML document. First one is inline CSS. Okay, so here inline style sheet rules will be applied to content of single element. Okay, so here the inline CSS, the rules will be applied to content of single element. Okay, so here inline style sheet rules are specified as values of attribute. Okay, here style sheet is specified as values of attribute. Okay, so example here, syntax is, first we see the syntax, element space style equal to style rules. Okay, so your style rule is the list of property. So now we see the example, h1 space style equal to color red. Okay, this is inline CSS, and close the heading tag. So the output of this example is, this is inline CSS is represented in the red color. Okay, the heading, this is inline CSS is represented as the red color. Okay, so inline CSS means we give the style in element. Okay, okay, we give the style as values of this attribute, that is inline CSS. Next, document level CSS, it is also called as internal. Okay, so document level style sheet rules will be applied to all the elements in the document. Okay, all the elements in the document. Document level style sheet rules are specified as content of style element. So here style element. Okay, so this tag is placed inside head tags. Okay, so here this is the syntax, head style type and style rules and close the style and close the head element. Okay, we write the style in head section in HTML. Okay, so here this is an example. Style type equal to text CSS and media equal to projection, screen or TV or print, and the style rules are H1, color blue, and font size is 34 points. Okay, here whatever the content of H1 is specified in blue color and size is 34 points. Okay, now we see the syntax here. Style type equal to text slash CSS. That means it specifies the style sheet language as content type. Okay. Next, media equal to projection, screen, TV or print. This means it specifies the device the document will be displayed on. If you want to display the HTML file on projector, so media equal to projection. Okay, so your style type equal to text slash CSS means it specifies the style sheet language, that is content type. Okay, so here this is the document level CSS. The style is specified in the head section. Okay, next one, external CSS. An external style sheet is a separate text file with .css extension. Okay, you define all the style rules within this text file, and then you can include this file in HTML document using link element. Okay, so here in external CSS, you write one CSS code, and we link that CSS code in head element in the HTML. Okay, first we write the style rules in one CSS code, mystyle.css. Okay, and we link that CSS code in head section in the HTML. Okay, so here the syntax head. Next one, link space relate equal to style sheet, type equal to text slash CSS and H reference. Okay, next we see the example. Here consider a simple style sheet file with the name mystyle.css. So here the mystyle.css having this rule, H1 color blue, font size 34 point. Okay, next in the HTML we write code to that link for the mystyle.css in the head section in HTML. Okay, so first we write the CSS.css. Next we relate the link to that CSS in the head section in HTML. That is the external CSS. Okay, so these are the three levels of style sheet. I repeat, first one, inline CSS. Here the style is mentioned in element itself, inline. That is the style is specified in this element itself. Next, document level CSS. Here the CSS is specified in head section in the document. That style rules are applied to whole document. Okay. Next, external CSS. We write styles in separate .css file. Okay, and we relate that link to .css file in head section in HTML. Okay, these are the three levels of style sheet. Okay, now we discuss forms. Okay, so again I repeat, here HTML is used for creating the form. Okay, HTML is used for creating the form. Okay, if you want to add style to the form, you use CSS. Okay, if you want to validating the form, you use JavaScript. Okay, if you want to add database to the form, you use PHP. Okay, hypertext preprocessor. Okay, so first by using HTML, we create the one form. Example, registration form. So in the last class we already discussed syntax. Here form space name equal to form1, that is here name of the form, and action equal to form underscore action dot ASP, that is when you submit the form, the form is sent to the dit.asp file. Okay, when you submit the form is sent to form_action.asp file. Okay, so and there are two methods, get method and post method. Okay, the form data can be sent to server in these two methods. Okay, get method and post method. So first one, input tag. Okay, so here input tag, there are different types: text, password, radio, checkbox, or submit or reset. What you give input to the form? First, if you give input as a text, input space type equal to text. If you want to give password, input space type equal to password. Next, if you want to add checkboxes to the form, input space type equal to checkbox. If you want to add radio button, input space type equal to radio. Okay, so checkbox and radio. Okay, in the example we see the difference between checkbox and radio. Next, file upload. If you want to place a choose file button in the form, or if you want to browse any file on your computer to the form, then we use this button, file upload. Next, button. Okay, if you want to add a button to the form other than submit or reset, then we use this one, input space type equal to button. Okay, next, image button. If you want to place image as a button, okay, if you want to place image as a submit button, then we use this one, input space type equal to image. Next, submit, it submit the form, and reset, it resets the all the values in the form. Okay, next, text area control. Okay, if you want to add multiple lines of text, either it is comments or any address, then we use this text area. Okay, next, select. If there are more options to insert in the checkboxes or radio buttons, then we use drop down list. For drop down list, we use select tag. Okay. Next, label. If you want to give name to the each one, either it is first name or username or password or anything, then we use this label tag. Give the label to the elements. Okay. Now we see the output. First one, HTML. Okay. So next, head element. In the head element, we give the title to the form, that is, sorry, title of the web page, that is form in HTML. Okay. The title of the web page is form in HTML. Next, in the body section, we insert one image space src equal to here source of that image, that is in the desktop crr.some jpg. Next, we specified width and height and horizontal space of that image. Next, we insert one hyperlink. We insert one hyperlink using anchor tag A. Okay, that link is Sir C.R. Reddy College of Engineering. If you click on Sir C.R. Reddy College of Engineering, it navigates to the www.sircrrengd.ac.in. Okay. Next, the title of the form is as registration form, that is specified in the H1 tag. Okay. Next, form space name equal to registration form space action equal to success.html. Okay. If you click on submit button, it goes to success.html. Okay. So now we see what is data present in the success.html. So here success.html. Okay, this is visible. Is this visible? Success.html. Success.html. So in the success.html, I write registered successfully. So after you click on submit button, it shows registered successfully. Okay. Now let us go to form. Next, label. So first one is enter your full name, that is text. Next is enter your email, that is of type email. Okay. So when you give type as email in the email, you must give @ symbol. Okay, if you do not give @ symbol, there is an error. Okay, next, enter your password. If you give password as input space type equal to password, okay, here the password is invisible, that is password is represented as dots. Okay, next one, confirm your password, input space type equal to password. Okay, next, gender. So here radio. So difference between radio and checkbox is, here by using radio you have to select only one option, either male or female or others. If you give a checkbox, you want to select more than one, that is C and Python and Java. All the three are selected, or C and Python. Okay, that is the difference between radio and checkbox. If you give as radio, you want to select only one item. If you give as checkbox, you have to select more than one. Next, select your course. If there are more options, we use drop down list. So here select space type equal to text value name equal to subject. So here there are multiple options. Okay, so then use this select one. Okay, it is used to list the items in the drop down list. Okay, next one, upload your resume. So here upload your resume is of type file, that is here there is an option called browse a file or choose a file. Okay, next, here input space type equal to image, that means what is this one, input space type equal to image space src equal to some source of that image and name of the image and width and height of the image. That means here this one is the, we place image as a submit button. Okay, now we see the output. So here this is the output for this one. So first one, here image space src equal to this path of the image and width and height of the image and horizontal space of the image. Next, I give the one link, a space is reference equal to http www.sircrend.ac.in. If you click on Sir C.R. Reddy College of Engineering, it navigates to the this page, sircrend.ac.in. So here if you click on that link, it goes to the sircrend.ac.in. So here, okay. Next one, the title of the form is registration form. Okay, next we give the form name is registration form and action equal to success.html. When you click on submit button, it goes to the success.html. Okay, next enter our, next one is enter our full name. Enter our full name, the type is text. Next, enter our email, the type is email. Enter your password, type password and confirm your password, the type is password. And next one, here gender. Okay, 3 radio buttons, male, female or others. We have to select only one item from these 3. Okay, next enter your address. Next one, text area, that means text area, the main use of the text area is if you want to add multiple lines, you use text area. Okay, next select your course. If there are multiple options to select, then we use drop down list. Here drop down list. Okay, next one, here upload your resume. Next, input type is file upload. So here if you want to add file upload as input type, so here choose file is, choose one file. Okay, next submit button. Here I insert submit button as a image. Input space type equal to image space here src source of the image and width and height of the image. Okay, so here input space type equal to image means here we insert image as a submit button. Okay, one input space type equal to reset. That is, if you click on reset, it resets all the values in the form. Okay. So this is form. So now we enter details. See here, everyone visible or not here? I enter email without at the rate. I enter email without at the rate. It shows an error. See, when you click on submit button, it shows an error. Please include an at the rate in the email address. Why? Because we give here email as the input type as email. Okay. So you must give compulsory at the rate. Okay. If you click on submit button, it shows registered successfully. Okay. So this is about forms.